There's another summit finish in today's 9th stage from Alfaro to Val d'Escaray before a well-earned rest day on Monday. The final climb shouldn't be too tough for the GC contenders, and for the time being, race leader Torstein Train is looking solid. But just how far can he go in red?
I think the first big test will be the Angler route. I think today he can survive. The climb is not too hard, and as long as he doesn't have any problems with a 2.5 minutes gap, I think he can be okay. But then the biggest challenge will probably be Angler route, and then if he can pass this, then who knows?
None of the other big guns appear to be in a hurry to take control of the race, including the favourite Jonas Vingegaard. The Dane is perfectly happy with how his Vuelta is unfolding.
We don't have the jersey at the moment. Of course, it's always nice to have the jersey, but it's also very demanding for both the team and the guy who has it. So yeah, at the moment, I think we're in the ideal position.
There won't be too many teams apart from Bahrain Victorious who want to control the race today, which could make it another one for the breakaway, and plenty of teams will try to be up there.
That's one of the nice things about the Vuelta is it's much more of an open race. If this was a Tour de France or the Giro even, maybe we'd see UAE and Jumbo controlling every stage for the stage wins, but I think hopefully the GC riders will let the breakaways go and get some time and fight for the stage wins.
The riders will cover 195 kilometres on stage 9, heading to the ski resort of Val d'Escaray, which last featured on La Vuelta in 2012. It's just over 13k at 5%, with steep pinches at the start and a flatter section just before the line. Will it be one for the breakaway, or could we have another uphill sprint from the red jersey group? There was a fast start to the day's action with an average speed of 45 kilometres an hour over some bumpy terrain, and it took more than 50 kilometres for the breakaway to form. In the end, only 5 men got into the move, including the 2014 world champion Michał Kwiatkowski. He was joined by Kevin Vermaerke, Liam Slock and Archie Ryan, all 3 of whom have already been in a breakaway at this Vuelta, plus Movistar's Michael Hessmann. They quickly opened up a 2-minute gap. Well, Lidl Trek were finally the ones who were pacing the peloton with a bit of help from Tom Pidcock's Q36.5. The teams targeting the green jersey were perhaps thinking of bringing the breakaway back before the intermediate sprint, situated just under 30k from the finish. The riders heading into a sudden downpour as they entered the final 60k, with the gap still hovering at around 2 minutes. Lidl Trek continuing to do the lion's share of the work in the peloton, but it didn't look like they would catch the breakaway before the intermediate sprint. A day for Giulio Ciccone this, rather than Mads Pedersen. The breakaway riders just rolling through the sprint, with Slock taking the maximum haul, but their lead continued to dwindle as they approached the final climb. It was down to just 1 minute with 25 kilometres to go. This quintet would not be going for the stage honours.
Onto the base of the Val d'Escaray, 13.2 kilometres long with an average gradient of 5%.
Lidl Trek setting a fairly steady tempo once the 5 leaders were brought back, but the steep early sections with gradients of up to 12% still proved too much for some. So far, everything was going according to the script, until Jonas Vingegaard decided to tear it up.
A big move from Visma Lease Bike, attacking as a trio.
Matteo Jorgensen launching the Dane up Val d'Escaray with Ciccone on the wheel, but the Italian soon lost contact. The best of the rest gritting their teeth as they tried to chase down the 2-time Tour de France winner. Joao Almeida leading the hunt with Tom Pidcock and Felix Gall. They'd already swept past Ciccone, but Vingegaard still had 15 seconds in hand. Gall was also unable to hold on, but Vingegaard gradually increased his lead over Almeida and Pidcock, who weren't getting along too well, the Portuguese rider demanding a few more turns. Further back, Train was fighting tooth and nail to conserve his red jersey. Vingegaard, though, preparing to celebrate a superb solo win.
1 week ago, Jonas Vingegaard took his first victory of this year's Vuelta a España. That was on stage 2. Today, a week later, it's been a big plan on the Val d'Escudei. It was well executed. He celebrates the top of this climb. He's a man on a mission, and he wins stage 9.
Well, Jonas Vingegaard caught his rivals napping today on a stage that wasn't supposed to see big GC gaps, although Torstein Train did keep hold of his red jersey. The Dane still showing who's boss though, soaring away to his second win of this Vuelta and the 4th in total. He will clearly be the man to beat over the next 2 weeks.
I felt super great today. And then, on the last climb, I also felt really good. And then I said to my team that if they could speed up, and they did. And then I tried, and they did super well. So that was amazing teamwork, and super happy that I could finish it off, and I couldn't do it without them.
Vingegaard taking his 40th career win by 24 seconds from Pidcock and Almeida, with Raul Garcia Pierna leading in the red jersey group at 1 minute 46. Train still has the race lead, but by only 37 seconds now from Vingegaard. Almeida's third, while Pidcock leaps from 11th up to 4th. Pedersen ends week 1 with a 9-point lead in the points classification. Vingegaard is 20 off the pace in 4th. Jay Vine holds an 11-point lead as the king of the mountains, with Fafaka and Ayuso completing the podium. And Pellizzari is our best young rider, although Riccitello and Garcia Pierna are both within 1 minute. After a gruelling first week, it's time for a well-earned rest day on Monday, but there's plenty more action to come in week 2. Join us again on Tuesday, and thanks for watching.